10 positive actions. And sometimes in terms of the positive and negative, we say it's the black and white. And white of the virtues, black of non-virtue. Like this, here is the 10 positive actions, then consist of the giving up. It is really, it's like a want to give up. 10 negative actions, practicing their what? Positive antidotes. Here is the positive they translated in Tibet is a karbu, and they didn't translate white and the positive. The antidote of white, you can to say. And sometimes often in the text that's coming, maybe for in the Western's ideas, maybe that's very strange, black and white. And then this is better to say direct, like a negative and positive. We say it's like karbo give lease. The white activity of the virtues, black activity of the non-virtues, like often, and idioms many times is coming. And that it's like same as you say positive, negative. What does means? Means it's like kind of the positive means is positive, good, give good condition, everything. Then you see white. Why you call the white? Means it's like kind of the luminosity. White is like kind of the more open, and it's like when white is like more, how to say, it's a positive aspect. And then we say it's black means it's like more negative. Therefore, sometimes cannot lease it. Sometimes the activity of the black and white is it. That means it's like black activity is the negative, white activity is the virtue. It's like positive activity. Therefore, here is like maybe translators say, let's use positive. Why do we need to say white? Antidote. And of course, when we are to take vows like 10 positive action to adopt it and to abandon the like 10 negative actions, and then it's like as much as to accumulate the whatever the white activities, maybe you can say, whatever the white activity. Do you understand what meaning? Whatever white activity means is not only the 10 positive actions. Maybe it's like any kind of the virtues, included like meditation, study, and circumambulation, recitation, mantra, prayers. Everything is kind of included, that means. And you is like, here is like a positive antidote. Maybe it's a positive. Yes, the positive, you say it's like I gave up 10 positive action, and then it's like I want to, for antidote 10 positive. Of course, it's like 10 positive, but it's like maybe it's a, Patrul Rinpoche says like a direction of the white activity to practicing white direction of the activity. That means it's like in Tibet, karbu shu nyamsalambas, karbu shu, karpok shu, it's directions of the white. That means it's all the virtue, positive things. And it's not only the like kind of to stop killing and or 10 negative actions. Maybe we can take example first of killing. But you save, release beings, but not only that. And same times you practice like 6 transcendent, and also same times you recite the mantras, prayers, generate bodhicitta, and to study, to like how to say to make large your wisdom. All there is like kind of different white activities, virtue activities. Then is you need to do like this. Only you say, I took vows 10 negative actions. Okay, I'm not killing, I'm not taking others' belonging, I'm not doing sexual misconduct. Choose to keep this 10 negative action to stop and say, I have done. Then it's don't practice, don't study, and don't meditate, and not prostration, not circumambulation, not generosity, and there's nothing that is not correct. And therefore, it's like you stopped negative things and to adopt principally 10 positive actions. But any kind of the activity, positive activities, we need to apply, to practice. And then the 3 poisons acts of the body are, now is like more specifically, you can to say, to renounce killings, hesitated to killing, and like abandoned the killing. And then it's like instead doing that to protect to the other sentient beings, life of the living beings. And of course, this is like a more opposite and antidote, principally like this. Maybe it's you can to say, I renounce killing, and instead like that to protect and also generate bodhicitta, recite the mantras and recite the prayers, and also I want to like this also same times you stop the killing, and also same time you doing also other positive things. Therefore, it's particularly, of course, protect and the living beings like released, and like this. And also it's like to renounce taking what is not given, and instead practice generosities. And then it's like very important things. It's like to antidote, maybe making the generosities, and the taking what is not given. This is like kind of principally, maybe it is comes from the envious and covetous, and also it's like stinginess, and like this kind of. And then is antidote more, of course, it's like to make more generosity, to practice the generosity transcendent. And also sometimes not only the generosities, also recite mantra and go to circumambulation, persecution, meditation, and also it's like a study, everything is included. And of course to give up the sexual misconduct and instead to follow the rule of the disciplines. And of course it is like a kind of follow up the rules. What is the rule? Already we studied. It's like there's many different type of the sexual misconduct. It's not a kind of the give up the vows, not only that. And also not only the making the rift between the couples. And there's many different type of the making sufferings and unpleasant things doing. And to all this kind of the keep things. And it's like... therefore, it's a, how do you say, it's a tiger or one animals, they don't eat meal. It's like before sunset. And like this, making like kind of the joke, sexual misconduct also has some, it's the rule we already studied. I make joke, okay? And like really to follow up the rules is if you are afraid, but you are like kind of the, something is activities during the day, light. And this is maybe it's like something kind of, which kind of problems, making problems. For example, that's making problems. If it's like during the day, eyes everywhere, it's like CCTVs. If someone's to see that, maybe you making more desire to making more problems. And therefore, it is like a kind of the keeping the two rules. And it's like nobody to see like this. Then it's like, for example, I make joke, okay? It's like some parents need to some activities, and then it's like they never to showing the children's because very important. It's kind of the given the condition making more desire like and the problems like this kind of says like one there's a kind of families, and then is like a kind of the lady, the male, female is want to really follow and absolutely. Of course, this lady is married, but it's like follow, and then it's husband is not really follow, and then it's like sometimes the husband and I need to do something work, and then it's like yeah, you want to eat something, it's like sunset, then it's tigers eat the meals. Okay. And then sometimes complain, yeah, my wife is like a tiger. Only in the sunset. Like someone's really to follow the discipline, to correct like this. And also inside this has such kind of the discipline. And like this kind of, someone says to give up doing sexual misconduct, but also is to follow up the rule of the discipline. And this is also kind of the nice. It's like never, it's like, for example, another things I can to take example. If someone's like killing to the other things, and to very strange things, if you can to look at the in the YouTube, some in Asia, there's some lady or guy or someone's go in the mountain and to catch any kind of animals, and they kill and to cook. And when they cook, I don't know, they show in the wild place, almost nobody. But when they cook, they have onion, they have garlic, they have oil, they have chili, everything, pot. And then they cooked, and then they are eating. Like kind of the really gobbly. It's like eating, and then someone's hungry, maybe nice. And then it's according that, maybe they can do, they do imitating. And like this, it's like sometimes you give ideas, and then other people's like kind of got idea. And therefore, sometimes it's like to follow the rules. And it's like this. One my teacher, Pena Rinpoche, when he need to go to the teaching, he need to make up. What is my clothes? And then someone says, it doesn't matter. Oh, matter. If I'm wearing very strange clothes, and then there's some students imitating me, that's not very good. Like same as the holiness. Holiness, you can to look that he's wearing monk clothes, everything's really very, very precise and very cheap, normal monk cloth, but he's wearing is very nice. Look at some lamas, monks, like same as me. Sometimes I win in the monastery, half is on the up and half is on the ground. It is like very, it's like, how do you say, not organized. Like small, this kind of discipline to showing to nice to the others. Otherwise, it's like, of course, not necessarily follow up the discipline. Discipline meaning is like to follow up the discipline. It's like it's making problem to others to making others like make desire, anger, attachment, jealousy, or something, and then it's like how do you say, not very good. And in the family, one person's very rich person, and sometimes they told me is maybe I don't want to drive it's like good car. I make joke, okay, to buy a very fantastic car and a big. Why not? No. Why? Some people is like take jealousy and also kind of very strong, like how do you say, envious, no, like to have some others belonging things, huh? Or covetousness, I forgot all the covetousness, jealousy, many things, and people said, yeah, these persons can't do like that. Therefore, it's like someone's never show off. All the times, even the like kind of discipline means some practitioners, they never show it. Looks like ordinary, looks like but inside they're very diligent, they very much practiced, but in the externally they never ever show. Like some in India, some in Tibet, some great masters, when you go to their cave, you can't see that even the mandalas, sometimes they hiding. Mala, mandalas. This you go to there, looks like there's a person's living. Of course, they have mandala, everything, what the materials needed for the practice things, but they never ever show off, and therefore it's to discipline like this, because it's like to others making kind of the jealousy and also angry. It's many things. Like sometimes it's here is in the sometimes our sanghas, Dharma city or some place. If it's like kind of the someone's doing things and the other one's very much angry. I heard even in the temples offerings, sometimes they argue. I heard this from before. There's one another lamas coming doing, and another person's, what are you doing? I'm every day doing, what you doing? Okay, give up. And then others come, oh, this is not your job, it's mine. There is like kind of the competition. And this kind of, if instead doing that, okay, live like this. If there's nobody's doing, you do it. If some competitions coming, they're making problems. And like this, is someone is all the time is others doing things. There's jealousy, and there's a disattachment, and also anger, and like many things. Therefore, we says follow them. And the positive acts of the speech are to renounce lying and instead tell the truth. This is we are already talk. And also it's like not only the like telling the truth. Of course, it's not like kind of when you are like an antidote for the truth. Not. For example, verbally, if you recite a mantra, it is antidote for the lying. If you prayers and loudly, and these things also antidote for the lying. Like this. And also it's like to give up the sowing discord and instead to the reconcile a dispute. Reconcile is like kind of the problems persons and go between there to make a peace and to make harmony. It's like a resolution to find in order to make the peace prize as peace like possess. And to do like this, then it's a wonderful thing. Someone is like a go-between, making more problems. And like this, not like this. For example, when we give up the sowing discord, and of course it's very important to do the reconcile a dispute. But also not like this. And other things is like to saying good thing, to pray to the other peoples, and also it's like to be silent, to talking about others' defects, and like this sort of there are, mantras, recitation, many things, and also to abandon harsh word and instead speak pleasantly. Of course, that is the more antidote. And of course, sometimes recitation, prayers, also these things are also antidote. And then is the fourth one to put on end to a useless chat. And is that recite the prayers. To do the prayers, it's very important. And also is recite the mantras and to be the and like Saryaland and so many things is there are you can to do, you know, for the antidote of the useless chat. There is many things. And that is the 4 negative actions. And related to the verbally like this. And now is mentally covetousness. Covetousness instead to the learn to be the generosity. Absolutely, we already studied. And covetousness means it's like comes from the lack of the enough, lack of the contentment, and also jealousies, and also whatever we have, never satisfied. And all the time is like, I haven't got nothing. You have a lot, but nothing. Do you speak English? Nothing. And do you drink coffee? Nothing. Are you going to toilets? Nothing. And you keep into your stomach? Nothing. Then name is the nothingness. And like this, nothing. And I haven't got nothing. That is the like kind of strangeness, sense of the loss. And then it's like others' belongings, very much hungry. You know, it is like kind of the use. And others' belongings, they used, don't care. Okay. Also things use a little bit of something. Mind, blah, blah, blah. And therefore, and to practice the generosities are wonderful. Give up like kind of whoever want my body, whoever want my belonging, whoever want my virtues, take please. And longer you just to arrive as you just follow. And short times you can come slowly to cook, to slowly to operate, you know, to the my belonging body, belongings and virtues. You take everything I give you. That is the generosity. Then there is no covetousness, no sense of the loss, no stinginess. Mind is free, no desire attachment. And then is the mind is become the really sky. To give other wishing home on others, and instead to the cultivate the desire to help themselves. And of course, we studied. It is like other sentient beings. It is the same as ourselves. If someone's help to us, how much we are happy. If someone says that, oh, I love you, you're so good, but we are like proud, thank you, you are my best friend, blah, blah, blah. And same as others like this. And if we can do service to others, and how much they're happy. And like this, it is just the wonderful things, it's wonderful things. And like this. And wishing on all others, and instead to the cultivate to the desire, you know, enthusiastic, and to have the notion of other situations. I need to help. And this kind of, then it's like that is the most antidote. And also it's like only like this, maybe to stop the like kind of the bad thoughts to the others. And also it's like a kind of the thinking about the other's defects. And this all, there's many wide positive antidote for wishing harm on the others. And also it's that to put on end to wrong views, and instead to establish in yourself the true and authentic views. And of course, that is the relate to the the 3 positive action of the verbally. They put on end to the wrong views. The wrong views. Maybe this morning we said it's like the certainty guys telling to the mind, and you all the times think you got the fresh pizza of the form, sound, smell, so on. But reality, you just receive leftovers. But then his mind says no. Then they argue, and then is how it is truth going. And through the checking all this object of the desirable and the subject of the 5 faculties, house combination, more and more and more and more searching. Then finally it's very difficult, and then it's like the certainty wisdom says, like, you know, yes, the you know, yes, you know, yes, and you approach to the certainty. What do you mean certainty? Certainty of the, certainty of the your, the primordial, your own, yourselves. Okay? And this one is like you really to understand it. Then it's like what it is. Oh, you should to need to understand. And how I can to study it. You follow up the Buddha's teachings. Okay? Buddha, he is like make frame, resume, short of all the phenomena of the object of the desirable inside faculties, everything samsara nirvana, make single frame to the true truth, relative truth, absolute truth. Then it's like analyze relative truth and also investigate relative truth. Then it's like you can to see how it is the relative truth. You have a wrong view on the relative truth. Yeah. No, it's a relative and truth. You say relative and truth, but you don't understand relative truth. Why? Because you never argue. You say, this thing is relative. Are you really? You call the relative? Yes, relative. But a very strange word, Why? Because relative and truth. Relative is never truth. Okay. Then why you can't say truth and truth? No. Then it's a relative? No. Then call the relative truth. Then you said it is not correct. Yeah, if you don't analyze, okay, you can't is correct. But if you really to check even the name of the relative truth, do you know the meaning of the relatives? Yes, it's a temporary. Oh yes, temporary means almost no existence. Oh yes, these are fake, and it's not forever. It means a relative. Okay, and then if this is relative, and then it's a truth. Oh yes, truth. Okay, you can to study this, as you said, the faculties, everything. Then it's a relative, and the truth is a disappeared something, inconceivable way. In all the relative, these expressions, movement, good, bad, where it's come from? Good is not all the times good in the relatively. It sometimes become bad. Bad is not all the times bad. Bad is become the good. Then how you can to research where everything is changeable, and also is a very much freely, no interruptions. Good also become bad. Bad is gone, bad is become the good. There's many things, it's whatever you want to do, you can to change, you can do whatever. Very much flexible. And then it's like, where it's come from? We don't know. Where it's going? Don't know. Where is the body? We don't know. But then it's more in the approaches. Maybe it's like, then Buddha said, absolute truth. Then it's like sound is a wonderful things, combination of the word absolute and truth, or absolute definitive truth. Definitive truth. And analyze all the relative truth, find the perfect view of the absolute truth. You say it's like through the establishment of the relative truth, the analysis of the relative truth, establish your absolute truth. Absolute truth means it is the each single, the phenomena itself has absolute truth. And it's like kind of the absolute truth, relative truth, absolute truth. Reality, they are not different. This no differentiation and no different one, or it's like kind of the unification or the single source of this true truth. And that one, how you can find through the relative things. And someone is like a follow up the categorization system way. Someone is a follow up the non-categorization systems. And non-categorization systems just direct to think. Not much caring object, subject, positive, negatives. Choose to maintain in the each individual phenomenon itself. Itself too. What does that mean, itself? And this itself, I'm looking this itself. If I understand O and my and the relative mouse, to understand the absolute mouse. And absolute mouse is not some beside of that. Absolute mouse is also this. And relative mouse also this. On it there is the bow, like can appear to aspect. But in the relatively, you're talking about absolute, relative, absolute. But the essential, this mouse, it is not the kind of the belong the relative or absolute. It is go beyond. It can become relative, it can become absolute. But itself, the essence is not belong relative, not belong the absolute. And also this relative absolute, and in the essence, this mouse perspective, this mouse is dirty or not dirty, clean or not clean. You don't much need to care. And this movement can occur, but it's not worry. And this view, we got it, then is the dualistic ideas more coming down. And then this dualistic come down, then it's like dualistic activity also reduced. Dualistic activity reduced, and inner mind confusion is slowly disappearing. And then is the true nature of the sun, true reality, authentic view, fantastic understanding of the phenomena arise in the inner western or eastern mountains arise. And full luminosity, the black house of the mind. And then you have a nice view how it is. And then, therefore, it is like a wrong view, all the times negative. And establish yourself with the true and the authentic view into the mind. It's the most important element. The fully ripen. This, the Wikantu says, "10 positive actions," and relate to that there is 4 effect. And then is the fully ripened effect of this act is that you will be reborn in one of the 3 higher realms. Absolutely. And generally speaking, is the 10 positive actions, just ordinary liberation path. Ordinary, for example, Dharma practitioners, not only in the 10 positive actions, they practice more than that. And then they are more achieved than the higher 3 realms. They can to be most highest achievement of the enlightenment. That is the most highest of the 3 realms. And the effect is similar to the cause, actions, is that take pleasure in the doing good in all your subsequent life. So your merit goes on and on increase. And the doers, we say it's like the effect is similar to the cause. And according to these actions, many life and lifetimes reborn again and again, doer of the virtues. And also not only the doer virtues, and very much enthusiastic, want to develop more and more virtues and increase the virtues. And then it's like the experiencing. We have this similarity cause actions. Actions result effect is all the times wanted to do the virtue things. Experience result, and the 10 others follow. For giving up the taking life, a long life. This is the experience similar to the cause. And also feel illness. And for giving up the taking what is not given, prosperities, full of the things, no lack of any other things, materials, lot of prosperities, and freedom from the enemies or thieves. For giving up the sexual misconduct on attractive partner and a few reveals it. And when we give up the sexual misconduct, attractive partner means very love each other, very beautiful, and there's no kind of the rebels against it, enemies. And wonderful is like kind of the experience, next lives. Like this. Okay. Question now? Do you have? Today, I think the weather or something is something amazing. Okay? Cause, conditions.
Thank you, Rinpoche. Irina from Russia says, Teacher, could you please help to clarify? In the morning, I tune myself for the day in order to spend it with Dharma in my heart. But at a moment of stress, I feel confused and many thoughts appear. Okay, what can I do now to work with this emotion? To think about selflessness, to remember bodhicitta, or 10 positive actions, or maybe about 6 paramitas. Then instead of practicing, I'm lost. How can I correctly keep all the rules in mind and quickly turn on the needed thought or action or antidote?
Mhm. Difficult to do that. They practice. Okay. If you if you keep those positive things, that is practicing. Wonderful. No problem. Don't worry. That's all.
Thank you. Emi Nakamoto has 3 questions.
Okay.
Do we have the 5 aggregates in any place of the 6 realms of samsara? Uh, if we are reborn in the hell, will my body become the same like a human body or different? 3. What is experiencing the suffering in the hell? My mind, my body, or something else? Maybe you already explained it. Sorry if I missed something.
Oh yes, you missed. We already studied. In the hell, maybe not necessarily exactly like this human body, but there are, we get body. Inner sense, very much sensitive body, yes, we can get. How much suffering, how much problems, we already studied. Can you look again at that?
Thank you. Nadezhda Sportsova says, if in this life we have realized our negative actions, with full determination, we never want to perform them again. But how to remember this in the next life? Will tendencies from past lives influence?
Also, you didn't study very well the connect the karma. If you give up 10 negative actions, this mm, mm, affect similar to the cause. Next life, you don't need to remember. That automatically you have this situation. And don't worry it.
Thank you. Irina Timoshenko says, Rinpoche in Konzam Molam said that fear comes from ignorance and that it produces feeling of separation between yourself and others. So, fear is a negative state of mind, or do you mean fear is more neutral? I didn't understand. Can you please clarify?
Mhm. The base of this question is come from. In the Buddha's teachings, there is like 5 poisons of the negative thoughts. And we say it's like 5, 3, or 6. But fear is, now I don't need to repeat again. And I already talked, 2 times. Can you listen to again that?
Thank you. Dinara Zai says, thanks Rinpoche. Self-doubt and despondency produce negative karma. How to develop self-confidence and your practice if from childhood there is a deep habit of self-doubt.
Childhood.
From from childhood?
Okay. From childhood. Okay. Yeah, that is everybody has this kind of tendencies. We are struggling now to study more and more Dharma. Then one day is doubt go away. Until there you should to study Dharma.
Thanks. Nanyo says, is it correct to say that both relative and absolute are different aspects and perspectives of the same reality?
Can you read again?
Is it correct to say that both relative and absolute are different aspects and perspectives of the same reality?
Mm-hmm. Perspective of the realities. Perspective of the realities. Perspective of the realities. Perspective of the realities. Relative truth, absolute truth, perspective, realities. Oh yes. Perspective reality means it's like ultimately. What do you say? Give answer. Second question. Okay. Okay, like this. Absolute truth and the relative truth. In the relatively, it looks like a little different. And but it's absolute perspective or the point of view, perspective is like not differentiation, like this. Okay, and then now next one is for renouncing liars, pray and love from everyone's. It's a here is the how to say experience of similarity, the cause. When we are renouncing lines, everybody can pray to you, they're showing love you, and everybody says like love you, pray to you, say good things. And for giving up the sowing discord, then it's the respectfully circle of friend and servants. This is like kind of the similarity of the experience. For giving up the harsh word, hearing only pleasant speech to receive someone say, oh, the time's good, you are excellent, fantastic, even the families and the friends, societies, everybody's talking good things. For giving up the useless chat, being listened to the seriously, it's absolute truth. And when you are like kind of never you talking about the useless chat, and then whatever you say, and like this kind of the experience of similarity to the cause, and everybody's accept, everybody listened, everybody can to follow, like this. Okay, maybe we can stop there. Sonam daye tamche zikwanyo tomne ni badana pamche deshe ganan che valandro. Sabon solendro kandro wa shu shonche sancho rambo. Bana she jere che she ba nyamba. Kone kondan perwa sho umam bentan kara pe masada. Rong yon nanda lo tar nyime pa sardan kame de dan wang. Turgu jinkam je gopa cha sondo parja rabo shiva. Tanglin Saye Deva Duji Den Dusan Jare Jingo Teya Na Sho Ngara Lang Kulin Sondo Barjo Robo Shiva Sho Nandra Tsati Sandan Bo Zawa De Jin Sanden Nyoba De Sondo Barjo Robo Jimo Yame Xiaonon Pame Sonta On Yun Do Sondo Barje Robo Shiva Sho Do Chen Che Lon Beren Jari Jun Do Nan Pa Ge Ta Xia Wen Da Ya Go Jen Da Bro Jen Chen Go Sondo Barje Tesan Chu Je Da Don Da Le Yin Song Ju Yarme Chenpo Dewa La Ranjen So De Rong Yong Bin Man Jong Kusan De Chen Ye Ye Za Dong Nian Ye Sha Dorje Lagar Mincher Da Shunu Song Wen Cho Chang Do Bai San Do Barje Robo Shiva Sho Yarmi Kunze No Shona Bi Man Di Da Fambu Jengko Sang Yin Kurji Kuru Nanto Bacha Jadon Tarva Shi Sondo Barje Robo Shiva Sho Tete Chika Shinka Nyangarva Yano Ye Ye Nimba Nondari Pon Kola Dashu Dan Dan Ka Gomba Samba Nyara Mate Dansan Mountain to rolling Maje Shingi Gopa Rana Sanda Bare Ngomba Cho Cheba Shezo Samudan Kongin the Patroni John He Sando Pari Puro Ye Ye Rorwa Zazo Ni Rori Penjon Jedon Jarba Tso Yo Tonga Male Langi Baraga Nizon Kanda Uche Dele Dorje Tepa Sancho Ni Chepar Wasara Zohua Chimbo Tamo Maya Yake Alama Sara Charme Lubo Ngombo Yen Pe Ma Wata Torwa Sho Karte Gombo Sarchen Ma Sode Mama Dobe Mimba Kosa Nizon Ni Kajen Zalang Pa Tapa Denpa Don Ganjo Zazon Janjo Zarve Gorva Shinkansa